Karmakar from International Institute of Information Technology, Pune. Our problem statement was conversion of images from RGB to hyperspectral or infrared ones. So the thing is, using normal cameras available right now, we get supplied with the RGB images, and while these are indeed very useful, for some applications they have proven to be not so efficient. In compared to that, hyperspectral images capture information from across the spectrum and preserves the fine details that are not captured by the traditional RGB images. The addition of these details improve the performance of various image-based analytical operations and can be of critical importance in variety of applications such as remote sensing, forensics, agriculture, and medical imaging. Even in the recent years, the hyperspectral image has begun to be applied to various computer vision tasks such as image segmentation, facial recognition, and object tracking. Unfortunately, acquiring these hyperspectral images is a challenge due to various factors. The hardware cost of hyperspectral imaging cameras is very high, and because of the time required to operate these cameras, it's not possible to construct images of moving bodies. So we had a challenge on finding an applicable, cost-effective way of obtaining these hyperspectral images, and the approach that we have used is taking normal RGB images and converting that into multi-channel hyperspectral equivalents. The dataset in this case we have used is the NTI-RE 2020 RGB to hyperspectral, which consisted of 450 RGB images of size 482 into 512 with hyperspectral equivalents of size 482 into 512 into 31. So to overcome this challenge, we have proposed 5 different models, each which take normal RGB image as input and produces the corresponding hyperspectral image in 31 spectral channels.
Hello, my name is Abhiruchi Bhattacharya and I am from VS Institute of Technology, Mumbai. We have used 2 GAN-based models and 3 convolutional models. Using the GAN architecture, we have implemented pix-to-pix GAN and cycle GAN. The pix-to-pix model works by training 2 models, one for generating hyperspectral images from RGB images called the generator, and the second one to classify whether the produced image is real or fake, called the discriminator. The discriminator uses a patch GAN network which divides the image into patches and then evaluates it. The cycle GAN architecture consists of 2 generators and their corresponding discriminators. The first generator creates hyperspectral images from RGB input, and the discriminator takes generated and ground truth hyperspectral images to predict whether they are real or fake. The second pair does the reverse of this, that is, the generator creates RGB images from hyperspectral input, while the discriminator predicts whether the generated RGB images are real or fake. Together, each pair of generator models are trained to better reproduce the original source image, which is known as cycle consistency. So using identity loss and cycle consistency loss, the model is trained and fitted. The generator used for this model is based on the UNet model. For our convolution models, we first consider a 5-layer CNN, which takes a 128 by 128 RGB input image and returns its 31-channel hyperspectral output. Rayleigh actuation is used after each layer. Additionally, we consider 2 models based on convolutional autoencoders, which are shown to be effective at noise removal. The first contains 5 convolutional and deconvolution layers, while the second is a deeper version with 10 convolution and deconvolution layers respectively. In both models, all layers are followed by Rayleigh activation. For all of these models, the dataset images were pre-processed by resizing and normalization. We used an Adam optimizer for training. Now let's see the results.
Hi, I'm Somam Hans from the Computer Science and Engineering Department of Manipal Institute of Technology. Today I'm going to present the results of our project. We have implemented 5 models for converting RGB images to hyperspectral. First, we will look into the GAN models. The first one is the pix-to-pix model. This model gives a very low loss value and pretty low prediction time. The next model is a cycle GAN model, which even though doesn't perform as well as the pix-to-pix model for this dataset, has an advantage that it can be trained on non-matching sets of RGB and hyperspectral data. The CNN model we built has a comparable loss at high prediction speeds, and the 2 autoencoder models also give pretty good loss values, but as we can see, the addition of more layers has not improved the performance of this model. Now, we should look into the results produced by our model. A hyperspectral image contains 31 channels in total. For representation purposes, we will only use the last channel as it contains the most information. For calculating the MAE, which is the mean average error, we will, however, use the entire hyperspectral image. As you can see, the leftmost image of every block contains the input RGB image to the model. The middle image shows the 31st channel of the predicted hyperspectral image, and the rightmost image in each block shows the 31st channel of the ground truth hyperspectral image. As you can see, the average MAE produced by this model is 0.014, which is a pretty respectable value.
Hello everyone, this is Govardhan from RBR UC College of Engineering. I think by now you guys have understood why we are doing this project, the different models were used, and also the outcomes were achieved. We are successful in converting the normal RGB images to multi-channel hyperspectral images. Also, we have achieved commendable performance at lower computational cost. In future, we would like to implement our models for the extraction of thermal images too, because these thermal images and hyperspectral images are having wide range of applications in the field of health, agriculture, science, security, and surveillance. Also, the accuracy of our models could be increased by training them with higher performance cost and for more time, so that these models can also be used for many real-world applications. Finally, on behalf of my team, I would like to thank our mentors Nidhi ma'am and Manoj sir for guiding us all throughout the project, and a special thanks to Bennett University and LeadingIndia.ai for providing this virtual internship. Thank you.